All right, so I'm coming to you from Florida now. We're in North Florida. And if you'll recall, in the last video, or a couple videos ago, I mentioned that we had a viewer from Belgium send me a set of Zach Wild EMGs. And we just did the video Fisherman Fluences, and the problem is I don't have another guitar to do these in, and I don't want to rip that one apart. That one's going back to its owner. I actually borrowed that one. I guess what we should do is we'll use some of our Patreon money, or more or less all of it, and then kick some in on top of it, probably, of my own money. And we'll go and buy a guitar to put it in. So I'm gonna attempt to go to the local guitar center here in Florida today and see what they have for something used or something cheap that we can throw some EMGs in. And then what will probably end up happening, if we can get it cheap enough, we can do it right and make it a cool guitar, I guess we'll just give the whole thing away. We'll just give the guitar and the pickups away, because I don't obviously have room for tons of guitars. Hopefully we can do this today. So actually I'm thinking, and you can weigh in on this if you want, that I think I'm gonna buy a cheap new guitar as opposed to a used one. Because I think kind of the whole point of doing these builds is like to do more modifications to them than the guitar is actually worth.
Mm-hmm. And is it worth it?
What's that?
And is it worth it?
And is it worth it, right? Like, and I think it is, as long as the guitar is playable and as long as it's good and it's an improvement and everything, which is really fun with a cheap guitar because it's easy to make it better. And I think it might be more satisfying, especially for people who are new to modding guitars and stuff, to feel that like satisfaction of like, hey, I bought this thing and it was a piece of crap and I just did this little bit of work or a lot of work or whatever. I don't know. It's
gotta be better than spending a bunch of money on building something. Like, if you want that satisfaction, where do you put the money? Do you care about the mods that you actually want, or what you started with? Like, right. Anybody who gets a good deal on what they start with is that much further ahead, right?
Southwest 4th Boulevard.
Right, and you know, because I get this in my comments all the time, where people are like, well, if you just would have bought a $600 guitar instead of a $300 guitar and put a bunch of work into it, you would have already been ahead. Minus the satisfaction of doing it, minus the learning.
24 West, Southwest 4th Boulevard.
And I think you get a better guitar because you get the actual stuff you want instead of settling for whatever came with it.
Continue on Florida.
Or thinking that's all you get, or thinking that is what it's supposed to be, right? Like,
right, like that's all you could expect from it.
Because you could also buy a $600 guitar and then make improvements you wanted.
Yeah.
And
so either way, it doesn't matter.
Right.
As long as the end result is something you like, you enjoy playing, then that's it. So I think for these things, because I was thinking about it, like, do I go buy like a guitar that was originally $800 or $900? We spent, you know, what, $300 for it, used at Guitar Center, or do we just go buy a brand new something that's $249 and do like we did with these other guitars and just and do this for these mods? Because I was just explaining to you off camera, I don't want to borrow guitars anymore. And wherever possible, I would like to just use the Patreon money to buy the stuff and just give it away. And
well, I guess you're setting an example too, because that's kind of always been your vision, right? So
yeah.
If you are creating your own vision to let somebody see that, like, literal picture come together.
Because this is what real people are actually going to do. Right? They're not going to buy a $5,000 guitar, and you know, some people are because it's within their means, but for a lot of people it's not.
Right.
And the thing about it is, I get a lot of like, well, one of the other kind of objections in my videos I get sometimes is, you don't, I mean, $50 is a lot of money to me. You know, somebody will say that. $50 is a lot of money to me, $300 is a lot of money to me. And it is to some people. So I want to make sure that when we do these builds, they are attainable let's say you buy a $300 guitar because that's where you are, and then you save up for the next upgrade, you save up for the next upgrade, and yeah, maybe over 3, 4, 5 years you end up spending $900 on a $300 guitar. It doesn't really matter.
Not if it's yours and you want to play it.
Exactly. I have my original first electric guitar that really is only worth $300 or $400 that I've had since I was 13, and I'm proud to own it, and I love it, and I'll never sell it. And if you can build that kind of relationship with your instrument, to me, that's what's important.
Right.
You know? So let's go see what we can find at the old guitar centers. All right, so you do have to wait in line outside and wear a mask inside. So here we are. I want something with 2 humbuckers in it, and we want something cool but cheap. What did they have? What was your? I don't know. I don't care right now. Just looking. What do you think? I want something with 2 humbuckers in it.
Used or what's the difference?
Oh, they are used.
Oh, these are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'd rather buy something new, just because it just makes more sense when you're giving it away. This is a V, which would be sort of fun. Yeah, we already did one of those. That's one of those, remember the blue one that we gave away? The first one we gave away? That's that same guitar. They really want you to be safe around here. Like, they don't want you to touch anything or anything. So that's cool, I guess. Thank you. Chip on the end right there. Let's put EMGs in it. It's a perfect EMG guitar.
Is it?
Yeah. There you go. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Excellent.
Just walk out the door with the guitar.
Just walk out the door with the guitar. Yeah, that's a good one. Like this. Just go to call. Dude, thanks so much.
Don't hit the side. There you go. Thank you.
Alright, so we bought ourselves a Jackson V. And it did have this little chip. And I thought that was pretty cool. It's like, well, of course it's Guitar Center. But I mentioned it. Actually, I didn't mention it. I just kind of said it. And they gave me 10% off the guitar. So that's pretty sweet. Probably going to get more chips and knocks in it as we haul it around with no case. But. So dropping off a couple of guitars in Florida, and my buddy Doug's got one of these Texas Toast guitars. What is this thing called?
Challenger.
The Challenger, that's right.
The first hollow body they made.
The first hollow body Challenger. This thing, so of course I'm going out there in July, and we're gonna work with them on some stuff. I've never even played one of their guitars, saw it, felt it in person until today. You should check them out. These things are, for as beautiful as this is, now holding it in my hand, the reasonable price, this thing is killer, absolutely killer. It's got binding, like a curly maple binding, some kind of stripy maple top and back, and it's pretty much hollow except for right here. We could ask Matt about that at Texas Toast. Maple neck, and they make these necks, right? Everything's made in-house, right? So sweet. I love the offset dots at the 12th fret. I love the offset dot. Ooh, there's only one dot in the middle at the 5th fret. That's really cool. Hip shot tuners. This is top shelf stuff, man. Super cool. I've never even seen one in person, so I just want to share with you. I'm glad to be working with these guys. Make some nice stuff. It needs different pickups. Other than that, this thing is really, really cool. One of the things I want to say is I have held a lot of guitars made by custom builders, and especially the necks. I've felt a lot of necks that were made by custom builders, and they always feel like homemade blocks of wood in my hand. This is the first handmade neck by a custom builder in a very long time that I felt that I could say I would play this guitar every day. Just the neck. It is that good. It is really, really good. I have shied away from even contracting my necks to a custom builder because of that. I would have him build me a neck. These are really good. This is the first. Now, there's a couple guitars I have not played in person. I'd like to play a Lucky Dog. I've never played a Lucky Dog. But there are some pretty high-end brands that I won't mention right now where you could go spend $3 grand for a Telly, and they're just homemade pieces of wood. Not this one. This is really nice. Really nice. I got some Corona. Alright, so sorry about the lighting. It's dark. But this is a little general rundown, a quick look, the EMG guitar. So this is a Jackson, like a Rhodes V sort of deal. Mahogany body. It's super light. It probably only weighs like 6 or 7 pounds. Super light. It's got the Duncan design, or the Jackson branded pickups in it. The sweet peg head. It's got a bound neck on it. It's actually a pretty nice neck. The frets are done really well. I'm not gonna have to even mess with the frets or anything. This is a cool guitar. I got it for $269 at Guitar Center, and then I discovered, well, not then, but right at the same time I discovered there's a little chip on the end right here, which I don't know how you even avoid that. And all of a sudden they gave me 10% off, so I got it for like $250. So pretty sweet. And this is what the EMGs are gonna go in. So let me tell you a little story about it. Oh, and before we go, there is a guitar in this bag too that I came home with. We're not going to take it out yet. That is a surprise. Okay, so to end the vlog out today, I'm going to have a nip of scotch with you. And I want to talk about how amazing you all are and how amazing this channel is and how excited I am. My wife and I were talking about it today. We're looking at the vision of what we've got going. You heard some of that in the Jeep. Thinking about how we can move guitar playing forward. I am so grateful for everybody that watches this channel, and so grateful for everybody that shares the videos and subscribes, just loves guitar stuff. We're building such a cool community here. And one of the things when we were talking today, my wife mentioned to me, she's like, you should be really transparent about this whole video everyday thing. I do make a few bucks off of YouTube videos. It's not a lot. I don't make a living on it or anything. I build pickups for a living. That's what I do. And I'm retired, so, you know, you put it all together and things work. Here's the deal. I got the idea for the video everyday thing from the Cletus McFarlane YouTube channel. Shout out to Cletus McFarlane. Hell yeah, brother. And do it for Dale and all that stuff. So, you know the guy. And he's like, he was saying, because ad revenue is down on YouTube right now, because it really is. So because of the COVID-19 stuff, advertisers are not buying advertising on YouTube as much, which means that revenue is way down. He's like, I'm just gonna put more work in. And you know, I love that spirit. I love the spirit of, we have hard times upon us, do more work. Put more work in, put more time in. And that was inspiring to me. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna spend the month of May, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do work, and I'm gonna put more work in, and I'm gonna do things that give back to the channel. I'm gonna build another guitar, we're gonna give it away. I'm gonna, instead of just giving a set of pickups away, I'm gonna buy another guitar and we're gonna give it away. Was all that money in Patreon? No, I had to put some money of my own in it. I don't care, it doesn't matter. It was really inspiring to me to do that. And I just want to thank everybody that watches and makes this possible and gets the spirit of it. I showed you that mono bag in there. We have a viewer. I was at his house today. He's the one that owned the Black Schecter and the Telly from Trogley's. He's the one that owned those two guitars. I was returning those to him. He gave me another guitar. Gave me a guitar and said, give this away on your channel and do whatever you want with it, but make sure that somebody that really needs it gets it. So my wife and I have been talking about it. We're trying to figure out ways to make these contests more cool, like more, you know, not just say something in the comments and get something, you know, not like that. Like, let's make it into something. I don't know what. We're still working on it. Put it in the comments if you have ideas. But he said, make sure somebody that really likes guitar or needs it or upcoming rock star, who knows what. But make sure they really, really, really need it, and it's not going to be somebody who's just going to flip it. You know what I mean? That spirit, and the spirit of 99.9% of everybody in the comments and everybody that loves this channel and loves what we do, is what keeps me going more than anything. And I just want to say thanks for that. I am super enjoying it lately. And this whole vlog style thing, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up every day, but I want to do more content like this, and I'm having a lot more fun. There's a little more opinion in there. There's a little more not guitar related stuff kind of sometimes. I kind of don't care. I'm really having fun making videos lately. And I just wanted to say that and say thank you to everybody. It's really cool. Thanks for hanging out. Go to DylanContest.com. That's where you enter to win all this stuff. It's not going to just encompass the 40,000 subscriber giveaway guitar. If you're entered there and you're subscribed, you're going to be entered to win a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't know how we're going to do it exactly. We're going to think of some different ways, but I just want to expand that and make it better. Thanks for hanging out. You guys are awesome. I guess we'll see you tomorrow.